What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Alright, let's talk about something that's been bugging me. The differences between Western women and women from other parts of the world. And before you start clutching your pearls, relax. These are just some different perspectives. And maybe you'll see where they're coming from. Don't forget to drop your comments, like, and subscribe. Let's get into it.
No, I'll get there myself. I'm an independent woman, and just in case you're you 3 minutes late, and I can see you have no flowers for me. Wow, okay.
I'm very good at in cleaning. Also, I will serve you.
Oh my God, get out of here, sis. With
Bruh.
that. Over here in the West, we don't play that. Okay. We're strong, independent queens who don't need no man. What you talking about serving?
I could offer my whole self. No secrets and all. Loyalty, faithfulness, everything that could make him happy.
You ever hear a Western woman talking about how she's gonna make her man happy? No. You know what we hear from the West? What a man can do to make me happy. What a man can bring to the table for me. What I can benefit. How I could spend his money.
Hey, ladies, we have a question for you. What is a woman?
Everything you could never be.
What-
That's the answer.
What
Can absolutely be everything.
what are those things that I can never be?
I could explain them, but you would never know.
Yeah, if you don't tell them, I probably wouldn't know.
I mean, I could.
Go ahead, tell me.
It's growth, it's love, it's giving, it's wisdom. It is just better and more.
How do you know that I don't have growth and love?
Because I've known men.
I'm from Eastern Europe. For me, it's very clear. You can see who is a woman and who is a man. So there's no between.
Yeah, America's a little different.
Recently, they did a survey. 27% of Japanese women from ages 18 to 39 said they have zero sexual experience. Do you think that is true or false?
I think the number is pretty accurate though.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I have so many friends who's not out, never kissed before, nothing. So,
How old are they?
The same age. Like we grew up together. 25. Yeah.
So never kissed a guy.
Never had a boyfriend. And then men are pretty different. Like Japanese men will not really approach, so you have to make the move. But again, if you haven't date, you don't know how to make a move,
A woman in the West who's working so hard, she has to put her kids into kindergarten and only sees them a few hours, and she's exhausted and she's stressed, and both members of the household are trying to work to make ends meet. We want to say that she's free. Yet if we look at traditional societies, such as Muslim ones here, where the woman doesn't have to work necessarily unless she wants to. If she wants to, she can. The Quran's very clear. If women want to be educated and work, then go for it. But also, it is encouraged, should she choose, to focus on supporting her husband, to focus on the matters of the home, which is a very sacred, very important duty. Yeah. And I see a lot more fulfillment in women outside of the West than I do in women in the West. So you have to ask, really, who is really free and who is really oppressed? It's absolute reverse opposite to what most people would think.
Girl goes off on Western
think
women.
That we've just got a very, very selfish culture of women. And to any women out there that say I have internalized misogyny or anything like that, that would require that I have a problem with women worldwide. I do not have a problem with women worldwide. I have a problem with Western women. And if you think that I'm just like making this up out of nowhere, reflect on the fact that there are Western men that are flying out east to find wives. Are Eastern men coming out west to find wives? No. Where in the world are men flying out in droves to marry American women? Nobody wants us. Why? We're big, we're selfish. We don't want to hear anything. You can't tell me to eat less. You can't tell me to change my life. You can't tell me it's not about me.
So are foreign women better than American women? It's really hard to just put all foreign women into a box. However, in my experience, I have noticed some patterns. What I've noticed is a lot of foreign women tend to have a strong sense of values and duty. In other words, in a lot of foreign cultures, the roles of men and women are clearly defined. Whereas in America, those lines are becoming increasingly blurred. Often foreign women will make the extra effort to please their man despite how they may be feeling internally in a moment. And I feel this is because they have a strong sense of duty and are really just focused on the bigger picture. A lot place a big emphasis on cooking for their men, and many are very good cooks. So should American men be looking to date foreign women? I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Definitely like and follow for more.
For the women who are upset with the passport bros, so there's two ways you can handle life, right? You can either be bitter and angry at the people who have the things that you want, or you can learn from them and learn how you can obtain it for yourself. Personally, I prefer to go for option 2 because option 1 just leaves you bitter and filled with resentment, but your situation doesn't change. Whereas at least with option 2, you have a chance of actually changing your situation. If you don't like your outcomes, change your behavior. You can shame these men as much as you want. You can put down these women and put down their home countries as much as you want. You're still going to be single. It's not going to make you any more desirable to these men. A smart woman would learn a thing or two from these women. A less smart woman would choose to call them uneducated, desperate for opportunities, poverty-stricken. But regardless of all of these things that you think they are, they're still able to get the men that don't want you. So
most American chicks are toast. Most Canadian chicks are toast. And the same is applied in Australia, New Zealand, and Western Europe. I lived in Philadelphia, Las Vegas, Miami, San Diego, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. In Canada, Medellin and Bogota, Puerto Rico for about a year. I lived in China, London, and Lisbon, Portugal, and Kiev, Ukraine, Bucharest, Romania. Those are kind of the main places where I set up base and got to take in the culture. Here's what's been fun with the Western cultures. The girls are very entitled. They're stuck up, overweight, less educated in general compared to their Eastern. They're less sweet, they're less feminine, they're less elegant, they're more slutty, more disrespectful. Versus what I found in Eastern European cultures, the women are very feminine, they're very elegant, they're sweet, they're very fit, they're more respectful, they're more genuine, they're more educated, they're more cultured, they're less sexually experienced because they're not pouring out all over the place. They're more family oriented and usually have better morals in general. For me personally, I am just over the Western chicks.
What's your age?
24. 22.
If I was your man, what would I need to pay for you?
Pay for? Nothing. Nothing.
So you're not expecting me to pay for dates if we went out?
Expect? I don't have expectations for anybody.
Also don't have expectations.
I do think it shows character.
Actions, yeah, definitely. It's not about the money. It's just about like how you treat us.
So I could be your boyfriend and not be able to afford taking you out on dates, and you'd still stick it with me through thick and thin.
If you're a good person, that's all that matters.
It's the chemistry's there.
There's some people with loads of money and they treat their girlfriends like shit. So
does that mean I don't have to pay for your hair or your nails either?
no, I've never had somebody pay for my hair and nails. Me neither.
So for a first date, if I said let's just go for a walk in the park, you'd be fine with that too?
Yeah.
I prefer a walk in the park than a dinner for the first date.
Definitely. I think it's more casual and laid back, and you can actually get to know the person.
For better,
For better,
for worse,
for worse,
for richer,
for richer,
for poorer.
for poorer.
We hit that snag about 20 times in counseling. Real made it very clear to Jonathan, you cannot be broke. In sickness.
In sickness.
And in health.
And in health.
To love.
To love.
Cherish.
Cherish.
And to obey.
We didn't talk about that one in counseling.
We did talk about that in counseling. Yes, we did. So you want me to repeat that again? You want to just keep going?
I think we can keep going.
All right.
I'll forever submit to you, Miles. I'll forever respect you, Miles. I'll forever honor you, Miles, as the head of our home. In heaven, they hear. On earth, I declare and decree, I shall be a submissive wife unto you.
I don't know about you, but I know which one I'm willing to give my life for.
Right, Western girl mentality versus Eastern Slavic girl mentality. Take the man in the middle, who is the provider and wants to provide for the woman. The Western woman generally will actually resent the man for providing. The Slavic Eastern European lady will just expect it. It's cultural, it's not frowned upon, it's not looked down upon. If they expect it and that's their mentality, how can they resent you for it? But the Western woman, it will get thrown back in her face. Essentially, and I also have to agree, I would feel like this. Well, why should I be under your power, under your control? I kind of want to be in control of my own life and my own finances. I don't want to give you a little bit of pocket money for gas and electric, you know? It's just one of those things, and I think that's culturally those old-fashioned gentlemen who want to provide, even if they're incredibly rich, that's why they still end up favoring the girls from the East, you know?
Western culture pushes individuality hard. Do you, be you, express yourself. That's cool, but it can clash when it comes to relationships, which need compromise. A lot of foreign cultures raise women to think more about community, family, and partnership. It's less about me and more about we. Big difference if you ask me.
Why do I prefer Asian women over Western women? Let's talk more. Now, in many cases, a lot of Western women can be quite loud and even argumentative and competitive with the men they're with, which will often not make for a good dynamic between a man and a woman. Whereas with Asian women, they often tend to be a lot more soft, gentle, and just more nurturing. Next, with Asian women, they're a lot more reserved and respectful in public settings. Now, I've never seen an Asian girl bladdered drunk, stumbling around, shouting, fighting other girls. Now, I definitely can't say the same thing for the girls in my country, the UK. Now, some of you out there might say, I've got an Asian girlfriend, but she was born in the UK. But in that case, they're not really Asian, are they? Yes, their DNA is going to be Asian, but really, they're British, or American, or wherever they're born. And they'll almost never be the same as a girl that's been brought up in true Asian culture.
Thai women are far superior to Western women. There's absolutely no telling me otherwise. I do want to preface this video with the fact that this is my opinion. If you have an opinion that doesn't align with mine, that's absolutely fine. You're entitled to it. This is also on an average basis. This isn't me referring to every single Western woman and every single Thai woman, obviously. But let's get into the reasons why I think this. Thai women are raised to put family first. They'll support their parents for life. Western women, it's generally all about me, freedom, independence, and living my best life. A lot of these values are seen when it comes to having a Thai partner. A lot of people say that Thai women are more loyal. Is that true? You tell me. Many Thai women want a man that provides. Gender roles are real. Western women want 50-50, or it's 50-50 until the bill comes, and then it's your treat. Thai women will often keep the peace and smile, even if they disagree. This is called kreng jai. It's to be considerate so as not to cause trouble or discomfort to anyone else. Western women quite often are fiery, very opinionated, borderline self-righteous. If they don't like you or they don't like something, they'll say it to your face. Very abrupt, no sugarcoating. Sometimes this can be good, sometimes this can be bad. Now, of course, everyone is different. Culture massively influences us, but it doesn't define us. It's still very important to get to know the person and not cast judgment based on stereotypes. Peace.
This is the most man-scarce country in the world. Here, men are more valuable than gold. Welcome to Latvia, on the Baltic Sea, a real-life women's kingdom that single guys dream about. Walk down any street in Latvia. You'll barely see any men. Just tall, fair-skinned, blonde-haired, blue-eyed girls everywhere. Most of them look like they just walked out of a magazine. But the truth? It's actually kind of sad. The gender ratio here is way off. For every 100 women, 20 can't even find a partner. So what do the women do? They lower their standards. Again and again. Some even offer cars and houses just to get a boyfriend. Here, an average-looking guy with an average job could have several gorgeous women chasing him. That's why Latvia is known as a leftover ladies' paradise. Still single? Maybe it's time to try your luck here. Not only do the women make the first move, you might get free food, a place to live, even help finding a job. Some guys even end up with more than one wife. So, why is it like this? One big reason is war. Too many men died, and the balance never came back. Now the government's considering legalizing polygamy, hoping it'll fix the gender gap and population crisis.
The Western woman, the American woman, from a standpoint of marriage and family, this is the worst place in the world to choose a wife. Not only the worst place in the world, it's the worst place in the annals of history to choose a wife. Attention to a woman is like crack cocaine. And so she's seeing these things on the internet, and she's got guys in her DM, and they're giving her a false idea of their value. Male attention is monopoly money. Because when you hit 35, and that attention starts to go away, and you start looking for men, the kind of men you want, now you're competing with the younger, hotter, more fertile girl. There's a reason that the creator starts, you start to lose your eggs. What, in the mid-30s? I have daughters. My youngest daughter just graduated from college. She's 22. My advice to them, find the best man you can at your youngest age and settle down with him.
And if that man is 40 years old, you'd be okay with it?
40?
Yeah.
As long as he can provide for her and she loves her, he's going to treat her right, absolutely. As long as they're an adult. It's okay for an 18-year-old or a 19-year-old to have and have sex and put it all out on the internet. She's old enough to do that. She's old enough to be in a relationship. It's always from tradition, and you go to other countries, the same thing. You find younger women with older men because the older man is more seasoned.
The difference between American woman and Filipino woman. Number one, American woman be like, I'll take the salad with dressing on the side. While Filipina woman be like, I'll take the whole lechon with rice and don't forget the bagoong. Number 2, American woman, I need my space to reflect and recharge. Filipina woman, space? I'll just sit next to you while I text my cousin, no problem. Number 3, American woman, let's go on a romantic getaway to Vineyard in Napa Valley. Filipina woman be like, let's go to my cousin's house. They live near the beach and there's karaoke. And I will always love you. I will always love you. Number 4, American woman, I'll just call customer service. Filipina woman, I'll just call my tita. She knows someone who can fix that. Number 5, American woman be like, I'm independent, I don't need anyone. Filipina woman be like, I'm independent too, but my mom still calls me 3 times a day. Lastly, the most important one, don't get a Filipina girlfriend. You're welcome.
But Western women and Eastern women, and because I know that's something you talk a lot about.
The women are just more feminine. They're more ladylike in general. Here in America, like the women are super masculine. They'll talk to you like they're a guy. A lot more swearing, a lot louder, a lot more crass. When you bring it one thing I noticed about with foreign girls is, especially like with Romanian women, if I bring them like around my friends or whatever, they're quiet. They don't like talk. You know what I mean? Like it's like, okay, the men are talking. I'm just gonna be quiet, which I think is like it's kind of like an understated thing that's attractive. It's like, you're just there. You don't speak unless you're spoken to. You don't embarrass your guy. You make him look good. If it's at his house or whatever, you ask the guys if they want anything to drink. You bring them refreshments. Like that's how I was raised. Like I come from a 2-parent household. Like my mom, anytime my dad's friends came in, my mom always went to the kitchen immediately, made food, gave them refreshments. Like my dad didn't have to say anything. Like she just knew what time it was. She just made him look good every single time. Even when they came every day, she just made it happen. So I think that's something that's also lost in Western women, like catering to their man and his friends and always making him look good and not embarrassing him. But American women a lot of times feel okay with talking to you crazy in front of your friends, talking back to you, disrespecting you, challenging your authority in front of your friends. Like these are all things that are super unattractive. Oh, I'm going to be witty and rambunctious and tease my guy and challenge him. What the fuck is that bullshit? Nobody wants that.
The main differences between Russian women and American women. Number 1, Russian women have much less expectations than American women. Russians are super surprised when a man starts to help them to do some housework, to cook, and all this stuff. Because Russian women don't have this in their mind. They don't have the equality situation in their minds. Man is man, woman is woman, and we have our jobs. And it's not job that men can do, women can do as well. It's not a thing in Russia. Also, the level of problems of Russian women are different. That's why they're not as demanding. Because Russian women mostly grew up in a situation where they had to do everything very hardly. So they basically can be on their own, and a man is just addition to their already perfectly shaped life, especially when they're in the United States. If they're independent, they have a job, and it means that you see the woman that technically doesn't need anybody in order to be happy. But still, when you had starting point where you had to work extremely hard to close even your basic needs in life, you don't have extremely high expectations because you respect so much the labor. But because they can do everything on their own, when a man appears in their life, they expect a man to be a leader and a provider because she can do that on her own. Number 2, the beauty is always going to be on top of everything. If there is a choice between buying you a gift for your birthday or doing her beauty procedures, she's going to do her beauty procedures and say that this is your gift. And number 3, Russian women are not emotionally educated. So they're not used to talk about themselves, what's matter for them, what they feel, and all this stuff. A lot of times, Russians will keep everything inside, don't say a word, get mad, where American woman is more educated on how you talk about your needs and generally about yourself in a couple. So if you want to date Russian woman, you will have to be the leader and you will have to understand her personality and dig and make her safe so she can safely express herself around you.
Let's talk about this. Eastern and Western relationship culture and dating etiquette, because I am so tired of the passport bros saying that they want Eastern women, yet they have no idea what that means. I spent my younger years growing up 60% in the States and around 40% in Taiwan, sometimes in Hong Kong, so I've made a lot of international friends, and my family is pretty progressive but traditional at its roots. The biggest differences I see in relationships, and there are two big ones, is that one, Western dating often revolves around a 50-50 dynamic, while many men in Asian countries adopt a provider mindset. And two, women and daughters are absolutely spoiled, adored, and taken care of. It's very common, if not the standard. What's interesting is that even in older generations, families really empower their female heads. So while the husband or the son is like the head of the household and he's the breadwinner and he's the main decision maker, he will still consult his wife on major matters. And the wife often manages all of the finances, the investments, and the inner workings of the household. So growing up, it was very normal for me to see strong, capable, smart women in action, living what most people on the outside would view as a soft life, but in reality, they were doing a lot behind the scenes. There's a Chinese saying that says housewives drive the stock market because they discuss investment strategies during tea sessions, when they're going to brunch, when they're playing mahjong at home. In public, they appear as model wives, they enhance their husband's image, they build their social network to help advance his career, but in private, she holds significant authority and takes charge of household affairs. This relationship dynamic is one of the healthiest I've seen, where men truly love, adore, care, and respect their wives and strive to give them the best, while the wives do everything in their power to make their life better. But hell hath no fury like an angry Asian woman. She is far from being docile. I absolutely have no hate towards passport wifeys who want a better life for themselves. Like, girl, go get that bag. But this is just for the passport bros to know that cultural norms persist. You're not seeking foreign women because you can't tolerate westernized women. You're pursuing them because westernized women don't want you. You want to be treated like a king, like the prize, by giving bare minimum effort, which you won't find in a woman who has standards. The women you meet abroad who are so accommodating, so nurturing, who goes above and beyond for you, do so with specific goals in mind. Asian women are very resilient and patient. They can smile at you sweetly and take care of you while still cursing at you in their mother tongue, wishing for your early departure from this world. So believe what brings you happiness and continue on your chosen path.
Hi, good morning. So I woke up with all these videos of women attacking the passport bros. Oh wait, let me just take a sip of the coffee that my passport boyfriend made me. It's good. As I was saying, when you really don't care why they had to fly abroad to find a wife, a girlfriend, then why are you making all of these hate videos? If you don't care at all, why are you reacting that way? You girls making these content, saying all these nasty words against the women who were brought by the Western guy to their countries is just an example why they don't want you. It's so funny that you call us nanny, vulnerable, doormat, stuff like that, when we are actually not. Most of us are independent and smart. But being independent doesn't necessarily mean that you won't need a boyfriend, that you won't need a partner. Isn't it so nice that even if you're independent, you have someone that does things for you, makes life easier, makes life happier, right? The thing is, you're not just attacking the man, but also us when we didn't do anything. It's not our fault that they chose us over you. Why don't you try to be nicer? Try to care. Try to be considerate. No, we are not doormats or nanny. Yeah, we cook. We do the cleaning. Is that even a big deal? I love cooking for him. I love cleaning up the house for him. And he loves paying for my bills. So it's like the same. It's not being a nanny or being submissive, but it's equal. As much as I care for my partner, he cares for me the same, or maybe even more. My partner does the laundry, does the dishes, and I do the cooking, and then I do the folding. It's like 50-50. We are no better than you, I can say that, but you just got an attitude. We didn't get a degree to become a slave for white men or black men. This is just how we are raised. It is our culture to take care of a man. If it doesn't apply to you, we can't do anything about it. But attacking these men and us will never be pleasant. Just so you know, the more you hate us, the more you say nasty thing about us, it makes them more interested on getting one of us. Okay, good morning.
At the end of the day, it's not about who's better or worse. It's about what you value. Do you want independence and modern freedom, or tradition and family-first values? That's why relationships look so different across cultures. So tell me, what's your experience? Do you agree? Or do you think it's way off? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Catch you on the next one.